Today, on this new episode of Esto, PGA Tour Latinoamérica, two national opens mark the halfway point of the 2022-23 season.
A gente está muito contente de estar aqui mais uma vez e agradecer o PGA Tour e a Confederação também.
The JHSF Brazil Open at Fazenda Boa Vista and the Diners Club Peru Open at Los Inkas Golf Club. Who will win the Totalplay Cup leader at the beginning of the second half of the 2022-23 season? There are lots of questions, and we have answers. Find out, along with much more, up next. Esto, PGA Tour Latinoamérica. The sixth event of the 2022-23 PGA Tour Latinoamérica season marked the halfway point in the schedule as players gathered in the only non-Spanish speaking country.
No, el portugués cero. De hecho, con el Cádiz es re difícil porque hay palabras que no tengo posibilidad de entender.
Time for them to brush up on their Portuguese, the national language of Brazil, where, for some players, communication can be as challenging as the competition.
Es golf, es un deporte y se te puede dar una semana y la otra no, así que mi objetivo esta semana es esa nomás, estar presente en cada tiro y hacer mi mejor parte.
The JHSF Brazil Open is an important stop on the PGA Tour Latinoamérica schedule, and 144 players from 18 different countries stop by Porto Feliz in late March, early April, to battle it out on the scenic Par 71, 6,830-yard Fazenda Boa Vista.
First time I saw it, it felt like I was walking through Avatar, the scenes of it, because the trees are so big and everything's so beautiful.
Just being here for me is always awesome. I spent a lot of time away from Brazil, so anytime I come home is very special. And also to host everybody, you know, I have a lot of friends on this tour that I want them to have a good time when they're in my country.
The first round started with plenty of low scores and a solo leader, despite darkness forcing the suspension of play at the end of the day. 140 players completed their first rounds, but 14 players did not, forcing them to return to the course early Friday morning. Charlie Hillier started the JHSF Brazil Open with a clean scorecard, recording 9 birdies and 9 pars.
Kind of started burning some edges through the back 9 there, and then made a nice one up the hill, went right in the middle on 16, and my caddy gave me a great read on 17, and then hit it on 2 and 18, so it was good.
3 of his birdies came on the last 3 holes, giving him a 9-under 62, good for a one-shot lead over Fred Meyer and Chandler Blanchett. The second round at Brazil's National Open was a different round, but at the day's end, it was again Charlie Hillier setting the pace.
Had a couple of good breaks today. I chipped in on, what hole's that, 13, and then made a pretty long one, 30, 35 feet on the third hole there.
Hillier followed his sterling 62 with a 7-under 64 that gave him a commanding 6-shot lead heading into the weekend. It marked the largest 36-hole lead since Jeremy Gandon led by 7 at the halfway point of the 2021 Vista Argentine Open.
Out here, stay aggressive is kind of what I keep telling myself. There's lots of birdies, and you know, if I keep hitting the fairway, I think good things are going to happen.
Hillier, a New Zealand native, fired 3 9-hole scores of 31, which added to a 2-under par 33 on his final 9 Friday to dominate the field.
There's a lot of golf left. I haven't looked at the leaderboard. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it will be less by the end of the day. But yeah, if I just keep doing what I'm doing in the fairway and I'm in greens, I'll be just fine.
In that stretch of phenomenal golf, Hillier enjoyed 34 holes bogey-free. At the end of the day, Hillier checked in at 16 under par, 6 clear of Chris Crawford, who was solo second and just trying to stay within shouting distance of the dominant Hillier. 7 behind were Gabriel Lynch and Joey Savoy. The cut came at 2 under par 140, with 64 players qualifying for the weekend. Moving day was nothing less than what the name suggests. Starting the day with a 6-shot lead over his opponents, Hillier, despite shooting another solid round, a 3 under 68, watched a player cut his advantage in half on a warm Saturday at Fazenda Vista. Canada's Joey Savoy, 7 behind Hillier through 36 holes, made his second consecutive eagle on number 18. He had all the momentum as he signed for a 64 on his scorecard. What looked like a potential runaway for Hillier a mere 24 hours earlier suddenly became a battle.
I'd rather be 6 shots ahead than 1 shot ahead. So, I'm just hitting 1 shot at a time. If I keep hitting good shots, good things are going to happen. I'm putting a lot of pressure on the golf course, so just didn't make many putts today, but hopefully tomorrow.
Yet, Savoy's was not the low score of the third round. That belonged to Walker Lee, who tied Hillier's low score of the week, 62. Lee's bogey-free round came courtesy of a pair of 31s on each 9 at Fazenda Vista. He was tied for third with his fellow U.S. player Davis Shore, who shot a 64. They were a distant 6 shots behind heading into Sunday, giving the impression that it was a 2-man race between Hillier and Savoy. Stay tuned, because after the break, we find out who raised the trophy in Brazil. And then we will travel to Lima, Peru, for the well-known Diners Club Peru Open at Los Inkas Golf Club.
Greens are rolling pure, almost no divots in the fairway. It's pretty neat.
Next, on Esto, as PGA Tour Latinoamérica. Esto, as PGA Tour Latinoamérica. While his was the first wire-to-wire win of the 2022-23 PGA Tour Latinoamérica season, it didn't come easily for New Zealand's Charlie Hillier. He had to fight to lift the trophy.
It's amazing. It was one of my goals this year, and I'm just super excited.
Who would eventually win the JHSF Brazil Open stayed a mystery until the 72nd hole. Starting the day 3 shots ahead of the field, Hillier struggled all day and was only able to shoot an even par 71. The birdies that seemed to come so easily earlier in the week were hard to come by on Sunday. But Hillier still had 1 birdie left in him, and it couldn't have come at a more opportune time.
It's going to be a big part. You were going to hit some shots that would end up good, you'd hit some bad shots that would end up good, you'd hit some good shots that would end up bad. So stayed super patient out there and did what I needed to do. So,
facing a 6-foot putt that would secure the win, Hillier trickled it in to move him to 19 under, and 1 shot ahead of hard-charging Davis Shore, who fell a stroke short. Even though he finished ahead of Hillier and held the clubhouse lead at 18 under, Shore said he felt like it wouldn't be enough, and his assumption proved correct.
Vamos apresentar o campeão do 68º JHSF Aberto do Brasil, por favor, Charlie Hillier. Ganhou com score de 265, 19 abaixo do par.
My Portuguese isn't very good, but muito obrigado, that's about as much as you'll get out of me.
Joey Savoy and Chris Crawford finished the tournament tied for third. And rounding out the top 5 was Walker Lee, turning in the first top 5 performance of his career. Lost in the excitement of the battle between the leaders and Hillier's ultimate victory were a couple of sidebar stories. Canada's Stuart McDonald began the day tied for 39th, but ended up tied for 6th after he shot the lowest round of the day, the lowest round of the tournament, and the lowest round of the season, a 10 under 61. Meanwhile, Brazil's Rafael Becker gave the local fans something to cheer about when he celebrated his 32nd birthday Sunday by making a hole-in-one on the second hole, his first career PGA Tour Latinoamérica ace.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Soy Leandro Marelli, de Argentina, y estamos en el Diners Club Perú Open, torneo que tuve la suerte de ganar en 2019. Como típico argentino, no salgo de viaje sin mi mate, así que les voy a mostrar cómo se prepara. Un poquito de yerba, 3/4 de mate. Una vez que le ponemos la yerba, lo acostamos hacia un lado. Le tiramos un poco de agua caliente, entre 80 y 90 grados, se recomienda. Agarramos la bombilla, tapamos la punta y la ponemos al mate. Terminamos de completar con agua y nos tomamos un buen mate. Espero que sea una gran semana y una hermosa segunda mitad de temporada acá en PGA Tour Latinoamérica.
After a 3-week break following the JHSF Brazil Open that marked the halfway point of the season, players returned to action as PGA Tour Latinoamérica headed to a familiar place, Lima, Peru, for the Diners Club Peru Open. Peru's capital city is already in the hearts of those players who have visited previously, and is a city that quickly captivates those who are visiting for the first time.
First time playing this tour, first time going to all these places. Heard that this was a great event, you know, cool city and everything. My girlfriend and mom also wanted to come, and they're all, you know, vacation mode and want to go do stuff and see everything. I'm like, I need some energy, but said all right to go sandboarding. And glad I did, because it was an unreal experience.
Since 2012, the year PGA Tour Latinoamérica began, Peru has been welcoming players. And 2023 is no different.
Pues es mi semana favorita del año. Y el trabajo que vienen haciendo acá los superintendentes está... No sé cómo era posible que la cancha está mejor que el año pasado, pero de alguna manera cada año está más linda.
The 7th event of the 2022-23 Totalplay Cup season featured another robust field of 144 players from 19 different countries, doing battle at the respected and beloved Los Inkas Golf Club, the site of Peru's National Open for every year the tournament has been on the PGA Tour Latinoamérica schedule.
Greens are rolling pure. It's actually a good golf track as well. Like, you need to hit a ton of good shots off the tee.
The par 72, 6,882 yard course is always in great condition, while at the same time providing a challenging but fun test.
Yo creo que es muy importante jugar del fairway, ¿no? Esta cancha de los Inkas no es una cancha muy larga, pero los greens son chicos, se van a poner duros el fin de semana, así que ser paciente e inteligente y esperar meter unos cuantos putts durante la semana.
And while the Diners Club Peru Open marked the start of the second half of the PGA Tour Latinoamérica season, there was no better time to make a move in the race to win the Totalplay Cup and claim those available 2024 Korn Ferry Tour cards. On a pleasant Thursday morning, Chile's Agustin Errázuriz started strong with 6 birdies on his first 9 holes. That blazing start was enough for him to secure the first round lead with a 6 under par 66.
Un día muy positivo. Creo que estoy con mucha confianza en mi juego ahora. Está una cancha que que el año pasado no me acomodó tanto, pero este año, bueno, hoy la supe jugar de una manera distinta y la verdad que jugué muy bien. Fui paciente, hice 30 los primeros 9 y la verdad que me sentí muy bien, muy confiado y también arriba del green creo que ha marcado la diferencia.
Arizura's ended the day one stroke ahead of 4 players: Mason Linhart of the U.S., Blair Bursey from Canada, Argentina's Jesus Montenegro, and Brazil's Alexander Rocha. 1 eagle is good, 2 eagles is great, but 3 eagles in 1 round is enough to climb to the top of the leaderboard. And this is exactly what the United States' Samuel Anderson did.
I mean, after that, I was like, man, I chipped in over it from off the green on 16 from long, and I was like, okay, that was pretty sweet. I just kind of kept the ball rolling and keep myself in position the rest of the day.
Finishing his second round with an 8 under 64, he accomplished that on the strength of all of those eagles. He took the 36-hole lead by 3 shots, with Daniel Hudson behind in solo second. Not thinking too much about his score, Anderson knew he was playing well.
I kind of went into this week knowing the par 5s. I wanted to make as few 5s on the par 5s as possible. So that'd be birdies, eagles.
But he was really focused on making pars. And with that mentality, he recorded 3 eagles on his scorecard and used that focus to take over the second round lead. The 62 players who made the cut, which came at 1 under par, especially those hovering around the cut line, were definitely thinking about their scores. All they wanted was to have a chance on the weekend. Stay tuned, because after the break, the final rounds of the Diners Club Peru Open.
It's great to always shoot a low round, but I got to back it up tomorrow with another good one. So.
And find out who leads the Totalplay Cup after 7 events in a couple minutes. Esto, PGA Tour Latinoamérica. A well-known and beloved PGA Tour Latinoamérica player showed us a year ago that he still has it, with a victory added to his resume. In the 3rd round at Los Inkas, Argentina's Tommy Kocha put his skills on display once again.
Confié en lo que vengo haciendo, vengo pegando bien, vengo cómodo. Pegué un buen drive en el 7, metí un buen pat y ahí me pude embalar con 3 birdies seguidos.
The 4-time tour winner, who holds the distinction of winning the inaugural tournament in PGA Tour Latinoamérica history, the 2012 Mundo Maya Open in Mexico, led once again. Could he make it 2 wins in 2 years? Carding the best round of the day, a 7 under par 65 left Kocha at 13 under overall, and the 54-hole leader. The first time he had led the tournament at a round's end in the 10 different times he has played at Los Inkas.
Mañana puede pasar cualquier cosa porque a la mañana no sopla mucho viento, entonces cualquiera de que venga 15, 18 puede hacer una vuelta de esas locas y subir.
Kocha started the day slowly, but was able to make 3 great birdies to close out the front 9 and start the final stretch with confidence. In second place, 1 shot behind Kocha, was Alabama's Godsey, who shot a 5 under 67 and put himself in good position to fight for the title with 18 holes remaining. Also shooting 67 on the 3rd round, Canada's Joey Savoy jumped into contention at 11 under par and in 3rd, only 2 shots behind Kocha. It's time to review the best of our players through social media. We celebrate on Earth Day, remembering our visit to Guatemala and its spectacular Volcán de Fuego, a place that will always remain in the memory and in the hearts of our PGA Tour Latinoamérica players. This has been a special year for Chandler Blanchett. In addition to securing his second victory on PGA Tour Latinoamérica at the Roberto de Vicenzo Memorial 100 Years, he also became a father for the first time. Raul Pereda played the Mexico Open at Vidanta, and in his PGA Tour debut, he showed glimpses of what he's capable of at the highest level. What do you think of this shot from 249 yards? Simply impressive. The PGA Tour Latinoamérica Dev Series had a new winner at the Altozano Open. Cameron Rodriguez emerged victorious for the 9th time in the Mexico Professional Golf Tour, making it clear that he is a favorite in any tournament held in Mexico. In the final round, the unexpected happened. After barely making the cut, Marcos Montenegro made an incredible comeback and turned it on, despite not even being in the conversation through 54 holes.
Y ahora es el momento de presentarles al campeón de la edición 2023 del Diners Club Perú Open, Marcos Montenegro.
Montenegro made 11 birdies and 3 bogeys in what turned out to be an adventurous and exciting final round for the Argentinian. He carded an 8 under 64 that got him to 15 under overall, enough for him to secure his first PGA Tour Latinoamérica title.
La venía esperando mucho, la verdad. Me hice pro ya hace 5 años y nada, sentía que estaba muy cerca, por momentos no se me daba, pero nada, siempre con mi equipo trabajando por una misma línea, sabíamos que tarde o temprano iba a llegar.
It was an unlikely journey going back a couple of days when it probably was difficult for Montenegro to envision himself winning the tournament. He birdied his last hole Friday to make the cut on the number, one of the last players to qualify for the weekend.
Es una cancha complicada y los 2 primeros días que no pegué tan bien me castigó un poco de más y venía en par total al 18 y sabía que tenía que hacer 3. Y pegué un gran drive en el 18 y un segundo tiro muy bueno y pude hacer 3 y meterme en el fin de semana. Miré el leaderboard y vi que estaba lejos del primero, pero que de las posiciones más cerca, o del top 10 estaba ahí cerca, entonces dije vamos a hacer un gran finde y bueno, salió.
But things went way better than expected. With a round of 66 Saturday, Montenegro started the final round tied for 10, 6 shots behind Kocha. When he made 3 consecutive birdies on holes 7, 8, and 9, it opened his eyes and changed his thinking. Perhaps he could win the title.
Fue un gran impulso del birdie 7, 8 y 9. Ahí nada, sabía que iba a tener chances.
He calmly managed his round and posted his last birdie on number 18, making a 30-foot putt that was accompanied by a big celebration. He posted the lead in the clubhouse, and his 15-under score held up, giving him the title. Connor Godsey carded a 1-under par 71 to finish solo second, 2 strokes behind Montenegro. Kocha had a disappointing final day and tied for 3rd with New Zealand's Harry Hillier. With the win, Montenegro jumped 44 positions in the Totalplay Cup standings to 7th place after 7 events. Godsey, who claimed his 2nd runner-up finish and 4th top 10 of the season, took consolation by moving into the top spot of the Totalplay Cup standings. He moved 139 points ahead of Cristobal del Solar, who had held the first position since December, the last time he played in a PGA Tour Latinoamérica tournament before turning his focus to his home tour, the Corn Ferry Tour. Charlie Hillier, Harry's older brother, trails Del Solar by only 12 points, followed by Chandler Blanchett and Linus Liljedahl, the 2 players rounding out the top 5. On the next episode of Esto, as PGA Tour Latinoamérica, players travel to Quito for the Kia Open.
It's great to be back in Quito. Got some great memories here.
and then they land in Colombia for consecutive events. All this and much more on the next episode of Esto, SPGA Tour, Latinoamérica. See you then!